Deja, thank you. 6:16 this morning, and new this morning, tip jars seem to be everywhere these days, and that can make things really confusing.
So when do you drop some money in that? And when is it okay to not drop any money?
Or even push the button these days, right? Do you want a tip? 41 Action News consumer investigator Kat Reed talked with experts. Got some answers here.
The tipping equation is more complicated than ever.
It can be really confusing, especially going from Panera, coffee shops to a restaurant. Where do you draw the line and not to tip and when to tip?
And how much do you give?
If they take tips, I'll do 20%.
USA Today reports for some people, tipping is reaching a tipping point. Travelers are joining the do not tip movement, saying businesses should just pay their employees a higher wage.
Etiquette expert Courtney Fadler doesn't buy it.
If there's any discussion about how it might be going out the door, that it's antiquated, it most certainly is not. The polite thing to do is definitely to tip for the service that people are giving you.
We sat down with her at Rye Plaza, where we also talked with co-owner Megan Gerolds about the do's and don'ts of leaving that extra dollar.
Any sit-down restaurant is always a 20% standard.
Always include wine or cocktails in that 20%. However,
it's completely acceptable etiquette-wise to tip on the pre-tax amount.
If service isn't meeting the 20% threshold, speak up.
We want to be able to fix it while guests are still here so that our servers do have the opportunity to hopefully get that 20 or more % gratuity, but also and ultimately have guests leave with a great experience and good food.
If you're ordering to go, the standard is 10%.
Because somebody took the effort and the time to package all of that up for you. Maybe they put in that extra, silverware utensils that you needed in order to have it, on the go.
10% also applies to orders from apps like Uber Eats or Postmates. But if you're dining in at a place like Panera or Chipotle,
know that in a lot of those fast casual where you're doing a lot of the service yourself, there really is not an expectation necessarily to tip in those instances.
Unless someone really goes above and beyond, you can hang on to that dollar. I'm consumer investigator Kat Reed, 41 Action News Today.